Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Let's move on and invite Motherson Sumi. That too is on our radar after the company completed 25 years of listing today. Vivek Chaand Sehgal, the chairman, and Laksh Vaaman Sehgal, the director of Motherson Sumi, join us on the show now. Congratulations, Mr. Sehgal and Vaaman, on completing 25 years of listing. If you map the annual growth trends, you have grown your business from revenues of $1.5 billion in FY10 to an impressive $9.6 billion in FY18. Now, that's a 6x growth in 8 years. Vaaman, I want to start with you because you are the future of the company. What is your vision for the next 10 years?
I think, first of all, I want to thank all the investors who've had the faith in us and got us this far, and of course to the management team here at Motherson that has shown such wonderful results for the last 25 years. I think the next 10 years are going to be super exciting with all the changes and things that are happening in the automotive industry. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for us at Motherson. But we at Motherson focus on our 5-year goals, so we are quite focused on the 2020 target at the moment. As you can imagine, we still have a little way to go, and all the teams are quite focused on making sure that we can deliver that target for 2020. So once we get close to that 2020 target, we will set the next 5-year plan for 2025, and hopefully that will give you a good color as to where we want to go in that 5-year period.
All right, point well taken. But coming across to you, Mr. Sehgal, you have a target of around 18 billion in terms of revenue by 2020. Now, you can realistically achieve what? Around 11 to 12 billion dollars. That's through the organic route by 2020. That means that the remainder of that will have to come via acquisitions, isn't it? What geographies and what areas are you looking at to achieve this target?
The ability of Motherson is to give you a top line with the bottom line. So, you know, the newspapers have been rife 3-4 years ago telling you that we would be acquiring companies which would have easily given us the top line. So really, it's all about 18 billion, where we can have the visibility of delivering 40% ROAS to our investors. I think one of the biggest things that we are very grateful for is that our investors are very well attuned to the fact that it's not a top-line growth company. It's actually cash in the bank, or what we say, the ability to have a visual identification for the top line and bottom line. So while we have a lot of companies which are in the pipeline, which we have to acquire if the things are right and if we had the visibility. However, I would have no shame or hesitation to come back after 5 years and tell the investors that, sorry, I didn't find anything which was worthwhile for me to bring into the group, and I can't see the visibility of the bottom line. Hence, I'm sure my investors would be very, very happy to see that we may not have hit bang on 18 billion, but we definitely have met our bottom line targets. So it's all about a combination of these two things. If it was only top line, believe me, it's relatively very easy in these turbulent times. It's very easy to go and pick up companies just for the top line.
Okay, the industry dynamics are changing rapidly. Electrification of vehicles, a slowdown in consumption of luxury cars, achieving more content per vehicle is the need of the hour. Vaaman, how are you going to adapt to these changes?
We at Motherson are focusing on 3CX15. That means no customer, no component, no country should be more than 15% of our business. We've also announced that we are moving into rolling stocks. We're moving into different verticals as the times progress. So after this 2020 period, we will be looking at getting more exposure into not just the passenger cars, but also all the affiliates in the automotive world, and as well as some other sectors which are synergistic to the automotive, but will give us another exposure and drive future growth of Motherson for the next 5-year period. So you're absolutely right. These are some very interesting times. But if you can see the history that we are here to talk about a little bit of this 25 years, you know, in the last at least 15 years, we've seen some of the most tumultuous times that we've seen in recent history. So, and that has thrown up a lot of opportunities. In fact, SMR was bought at a time of the recession. So we believe that you know, these are times where more opportunities will come up. and we have to just make sure that we are patient and we have the financial discipline and go after these opportunities at the right time.
All right. Mr. Sehgal, you have said in the past that you are targeting around 20% of your business to come from the non-auto segment by 2025. Can you elaborate? What are the non-auto segments you're looking at? Medical and railways is something you have mentioned in the past. Any technology partners you'll be looking at?
Definitely, I think medical devices. Look at the Australian case of Motherson, if you please. That's in October 2017, Australia stopped producing cars totally. We have plants over there. They have completely pivoted out from automotive and gone into medical devices and things like that. They're doing very well. They're all profit making. So the ability to understand turbulence and then take it to your advantage is one of the great things that our team do very well. I think the other very strong point that we have is we're really agnostic to half the things that people are looking at for disruptions. I do not agree with you that the luxury car segments are coming down in Europe and in America. If anything, it's actually going the other way. I think where the pain is that the governments, the car makers, the people in general are trying to figure out what is the real thing which is going to pass them that particular benefit of cleaner fuels or cleaner air or whatever is the conditions over there. I think half the people do not even know what's really happening. So it's a lot of news on news that's coming. We really don't know which is the right way to go. 10 years ago, half the technologies that we are talking about today didn't exist. And 10 years from now, since you keep talking about 10 years from now, really nobody knows what is going to be the new technologies that are going to come and disrupt the whole world. So I think in such a scenario, what we are trying to tell Motherson people is that you have to be on your toes. You have to be very quick to respond, very quick to change, very quick to be able to take advantage of the trends and the things that are coming in the coming times. So that's what Vaaman and me think are very, very exciting times because, you have the right people, you have the right equipment, you have the plants, you have the geographical advantage to yourself, and amazing kids are coming out from universities. So really exciting times for us. We are really we feel that it's really going to be fun when we're going in the next 5-10 years.
Well, final question coming across to you, Vaaman. Your shareholders, they have been enjoying this wealth as well. You just announced that 1:2 bonus for all your shareholders on Friday. What are the other plans you have to return wealth to your shareholders? Your dividend payout ratio as well has improved from around, 29%, if I'm not mistaken, in 2016 to around 36% in 2018. What's the stated objective over the next few years?
We will come out with the next 5-year plan, but at least till 2020, we want to maintain this dividend ratio payout. Like you've rightly said that, we've said that we are going to introduce Motherson into new sectors out of automotive as well. So we will need investments for that. And I think we will plan all of that out. But till 2020, I think all the dividend payout ratios and our goals are very, very clearly slated for us and for the entire team. And we'll focus on that till 2020. And then I think, from the 2020 to 2025 period, we'll discuss, see what's required and come back to the market with something that's exciting. And of course, will not be short on growth either, because Motherson is a growth-focused company. And I believe that the next 5-year period as well, we want to show a lot of growth.
Mr. Sehgal, Vaaman, thank you very much for your time and speaking to CNBC TV18. We look forward to more such interactions.